Joe Johnson, or JJ, as his friends fondly called him, was not just a billionaire. He was a legend in the world of business. In his early 30s, JJ had already bought and revived over 20 companies. But Bloom wasn't just any company. It was special. It had potential. And JJ had plans for it. Bloom was a luxury hospitality company known for its stunning customer service, breathtaking resorts, and elegant experiences. But recently, its reputation had taken a hit. Reviews were dipping. Staff turnover was rising. Something was wrong. And JJ wanted to fix it, not from the top down, but from the inside. "I want to go in," JJ said one evening to his best friend and lawyer Dave while sipping coffee in his penthouse suite. Dave raised an eyebrow. "Go in? You mean undercover?" JJ nodded. "Exactly. I want to know how it really feels to work at Bloom. I want to see what people say when they don't know I'm the boss." Dave sighed. "JJ, you're a billionaire. How do you expect to blend in?" JJ grinned, already imagining the plan. "I'll disguise myself as a poor, disabled man. No one will suspect I'm their CEO." And just like that, a plan was born. Over the next few weeks, Dave helped JJ put together the perfect cover. With a custom wheelchair, second-hand clothes, and a small rented apartment downtown, JJ transformed into Joseph, a poor, quiet man with a soft voice and tired eyes. Dave had a friend in HR at Bloom who helped insert Joseph as a new hire in the hospitality division. His role? Greeter at the main entrance. On his first day at Bloom, JJ wheeled himself in through the staff entrance at 6:30 a.m. The morning was crisp. The scent of luxury perfumes and polished floors lingered in the air. JJ took a deep breath and looked around. "Here we go," he whispered. His new workstation was simple: a reception chair near the door, a badge, and a notebook. His job was to greet guests and staff with a warm, "Good morning." Most of the employees were kind to him. They smiled. They chatted. Some even brought him coffee. But then there was Sandra. Sandra was beautiful, tall, and always dressed in high heels and power suits. She was a team lead in the hospitality department and walked like she owned the building. And perhaps she did, at least in her own mind. "You're blocking the path again," she snapped the first time she saw JJ. "I'm sorry," JJ said gently, wheeling himself aside. Sandra rolled her eyes. "What kind of greeter are you? This is a luxury company, not a pity party." JJ said nothing. He only smiled and nodded. Over the next few days, Sandra's treatment worsened. She often pushed his chair aside roughly, insulted him in front of others, and once even called him a decorative cripple. JJ remained calm. Mrs. Nathan, the hospitality division director, noticed her behavior and called Sandra in for a warning. "Sandra," Mrs. Nathan said, "that man is an employee here. You must treat him with dignity." "I'm not interested in entertaining beggars," Sandra replied coldly. "And besides, I'm about to be engaged to Larry, so I'd be careful how you talk to me." Mrs. Nathan blinked. "Excuse me?" "You heard me. I'm untouchable in this company," Sandra said confidently and walked out. JJ was stunned by what he saw and heard during his first month. The company had some wonderful people, but there were problems. People were afraid to speak up. Managers ignored mistreatment. And worst of all, Larry, the general manager and Sandra's boyfriend, turned a blind eye to everything. One rainy morning, JJ sat quietly in his chair, greeting staff as usual. "Good morning," he said softly as Sandra approached. "Shut up," she snapped. "Didn't I tell you not to speak to me?" JJ remained silent. She pushed past him, and in doing so, she hit his wheelchair. JJ rolled backward toward the driveway just as a car turned in. Gasps filled the air. The driver slammed the brakes. JJ stopped just inches from the bumper. Sandra didn't even look back. That night, JJ called Dave. His voice was low and firm. "I'm done pretending. It's time they know who I am." Dave didn't ask questions. "I'll handle the legal details. Monday morning?" "Yes, Monday," JJ said. Dear amazing viewers, what do you think will happen when JJ reveals his identity at Bloom? How will Sandra react? Please keep watching to find out. Before I continue, I would like to ask you to kindly subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed yet and turn on the notification bell. Much appreciation. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back and thank you so much. Now, back to the story. Monday morning came. Bloom's grand lobby gleamed as always. The scent of fresh orchids lingered. But something was different. A fleet of black SUVs arrived at 6 a.m. sharp. Security was tighter than usual. JJ stepped out of the lead vehicle, wearing a custom navy blue designer suit. His once rugged hair was now neatly trimmed. His confident steps echoed on the marble floors. Behind him walked Dave and two assistants. The front desk staff stared in confusion. "Who's that?" whispered one of the cleaners. "I don't know, but he looks important." JJ smiled faintly and walked straight to his new office, an elegant glass-paneled corner suite with a gold-plated name sign on the door. Joe Johnson, Chief Executive Officer. Inside, the lights were turned on, and he sat down in the CEO chair for the first time. Dave handed him a list of people scheduled to meet with him. "First on the list?" JJ asked. "Larry Michael, General Manager." JJ nodded. When Larry arrived at work that morning, he was beaming with excitement. He had prepared a speech to welcome the new CEO. Dressed in a crisp gray suit, he strolled into the main lobby and was met by Dave. "Mr. Michael?" Dave asked. "Yes?" "The CEO would like to see you. Now." Larry walked into the office and froze at the door. "Good morning, Larry," JJ said calmly. Larry blinked. His mouth fell open. "Wait, you're..." JJ stood up and buttoned his jacket. "Yes, I'm the cripple you refused to protect, the one your girlfriend bullied in front of the entire staff." Larry turned pale. I didn't know," he stammered. "You didn't want to know," JJ replied, "and that makes you unfit to lead." "But sir..." "You're fired, Larry," JJ said. "You may collect your things before noon." Larry fell to his knees. "Please, don't do this. My whole life..." JJ walked to the window and looked out. "You should have used your power to protect the weak, not to cover wickedness." Security came in and gently led Larry out. The news traveled fast through the company. Whispers filled the air. "Did you hear? The cripple was the CEO all along, and he just fired Larry." That morning, Sandra strutted into the building in a red skirt suit, clutching her designer handbag. She had heard about the CEO's arrival and assumed she was about to be promoted. After all, she was the boldest in the hospitality team. "Sandra Williams," Dave called out. "Yes," she said, smiling confidently. "The CEO wants to see you." "Of course," she beamed, adjusting her lipstick as she walked into JJ's office. She froze. Her smile disappeared. JJ looked up at her. "I believe you know me," he said coolly. Sandra stammered. "JJ, I mean, Mr. Johnson, I didn't know it was you. I... I'm so sorry. You insulted me daily, Sandra. You pushed me into traffic. You laughed at my pain. Tears welled up in her eyes. I didn't mean it. I was stressed. I was going through things. Please, I'm a good person. You abused power. You threatened people. You made this company toxic. That's not leadership. Please, don't fire me. I'll change. I'll be better, she begged, kneeling. JJ looked at her with calm eyes. I forgive you, Sandra, he said, but you cannot work here. Sandra sobbed. Please. It's over, JJ said. Security walked her out gently. This time, no one stood up to support her. 2 months later. It was a bright Thursday morning. JJ arrived at Bloom in his black SUV as usual. As he stepped out, one of the security guards whispered to him, Sir, someone's waiting to see you at the gate. JJ turned to look. Standing by the gate was Sandra. She looked different. Her makeup was gone. Her clothes were simple. Her posture, humble. JJ walked up to her slowly. Good morning, she said, her voice shaking. I'm sorry to come here uninvited. I needed to say thank you. JJ raised an eyebrow. For what? For teaching me something I never knew I needed to learn. After you fired me, I was angry at first. But then I realized I was the problem. I went home, took care of my sick mother, and for the first time, I saw what kindness really meant. JJ didn't speak. He listened. I want to start over. I don't care if it's as a cleaner or an intern. I just want a chance to do things right. JJ looked into her eyes. After a long silence, he finally spoke. You can return to Bloom, but not in your old role. You'll start at the entry level. No favors, no shortcuts. Sandra smiled through her tears. Thank you. Thank you so much. Don't thank me. Earn it, JJ said, and walked back to the building. 6 months later, Bloom was thriving. Employee morale was high. JJ walked the halls often, not as a CEO in a suit, but sometimes in casual wear, still greeting people. People smiled at him. He smiled back. And at the front desk stood Sandra, now in a basic hospitality uniform, her hair tied back, a badge on her chest. She greeted everyone with a genuine smile. She cleaned tables, served clients, and slowly earned respect, not through fear, but through humility. One evening, JJ stood in his office window, watching her. Dave walked in and said, "You did the right thing, JJ." JJ smiled. Bloom is not just about luxury. It's about people and second chances. Before you watch the next video, kindly subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Please click on the subscribe button and like this video. Be a part of my channel's growth by clicking on the next video on the screen and drop a comment to let me know what you think about the story. Thank you for watching. Much appreciation.